Using a spreadsheet to manage an account is a very simple process, although there are lots of automated tools on the marketplace today. I have found that managing a bunch of contacts and being able to consistently visit them and send them information is easily accomplished through a spreadsheet. So here we have an example of 3 contacts, their ID, their date the ID was entered so that we could search potentially. Remember, everything you build inside of this type of spreadsheet, you want to be able to search and have an idea of what you're searching on. So here, what we're searching on, the ID is just the ID, by the way, but the ID entered is the date. So if we knew we had visited somebody last September, we could sort based on ID entered and look for all of the September dates of 2014 and find everybody we met. So there's different ways to look at information. Of course, contact name, phone number, company, title, all standard stuff. Group is if there's a subgroup, you can add them to a subgroup. Maybe there's a DUM or maybe they're biometrics or whatever it is group that they're in. You can add them there. Priority means what priority do they have, right? Are they really important or not as important? You can see here all the priorities are set to be the same, but of course we can just change that. Hence, again, remember when we sort, we could sort on who's our top priorities. Then city. City is here because when we're traveling and we want to make the most efficient use of our time, we can search based on the city that we're traveling to and quickly be able to ascertain who we have in that city, and that also applies to the state. Their address here, email address, you would think is not important, but it is because it allows us to click on Joe Snuffy's email address and have an individual email message automatically be prepared for us. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. We're going to go ahead and click once on Joe Snuffy at mill.org. So remember, we clicked once on this link right here and it automatically opened an Outlook email thread. That's because Outlook is my default email editor. It put Joe Snuffy's name in here, resolved it, and now all I have to do is put in a title and then copy and paste in the body of the message, and away I can go. I can send it to Joe Snuffy. So that's one way to do that. It makes it very, very simple to do. And we can just go down our list, click on Sparky, click on Ray, etc. When was our last time we contacted this person? We can put a date in here. So if I was putting in today, it would be 11/19/2014. And the reason why we put this information is, again, we don't want to contact the person too often. So we, just put in there what it is, and then we can see, and we can also sort by it. And then what type of contact? Was it a voice mail? Was it a contact? Was it an email? Whatever that is. Why? Because if we're just sending email, then we know. And then what is your suggested next visit date? So let's look at the remaining fields in this spreadsheet as we kind of scroll over. Remember we put in here last contact, and then the next visit date, and then what our next visit target date is. And then we're going to talk about this in another video. What ID did we send them? So if we have a template that we're going to send out to a whole bunch of people at once, right? Individual emails, but all at once, we're going to put in what the ID of that template is. So look for further videos on that, and then the date that was sent. This column here is just reference only because it's a wide spreadsheet. It's easy just to see. This is just a copy, so we wouldn't change information here. We put in any information that may be pertinent, what maybe their interests are, again, to help us match up the right template to them. And then the template historicals. So if I sent a template out on 1/1/2014, I probably don't want to send another one out quick. So I'm going to just put in here, let's say I sent out T5 as my template number, 11/1/2014, and I'm just going to put a comma there. So that now I know next time I send a template, I'm going to add the next template on there. For example, T12 on 12/12/2014. 12, 14. So I space out, right? November, December, I'm not bothering this individual.